our group presentation came up on sports and our professional sports game rigs. In my experience, me being a big sports fan, it's always an instance where you question your sports legitimacy. It's a phantom call or something like that, something suspicious to happen. So first example is Pete Rose, Major League Baseball all-time leader in hits, singles, at-plate appearances, games played, and definite Hall of Famer, but he had an instance where he was a player manager in the late 80s, and he was accused of rigging games, betting on games that he actually played and managed in. You bet your life, and it cost him everything. He was banned permanently from baseball, won't go into the Hall of Fame, probably, arguably, one of the greatest players the baseball has ever seen.
Tim Donaghy was a ref in the NBA, and he was a ref from 1994 to all the way up until 2007. And he was actually one of the better refs they had in the league all up until the last 2 years. There were speculations on him potentially rigging games, making bad calls in the game. And on that last year, 2007, when he resigned, it was found that he really was cheating. And these are some huge occasions, like large known games that he was a ref in, and he was really well known for making bad calls for MJ. He would get reach-in fouls anytime someone would put his hands near him, and it was just blatantly obvious bad calls, which let us know he's making bets. He's trying to get himself some money.
Now we go in chronological order. This is an instance it was a playoff game against the Colts and the Steelers. Steelers went on to win the Super Bowl this year. But they stopped the game actually for like 20 minutes trying to say this isn't a call, when clearly it wasn't a catch. He clearly catches this ball, nobody touches him, he gets up and fumbles.
Say we can watch this again to see it. Go with that.
You're right there.
So you can see when he catches the ball, you see he drops down after 2-3 steps, gets up, and then drops the ball. Falls back on top of it, and that's obviously going to be an interception with a fumble and then a fumble recovery every single time. That's the rules of the book.
Yeah, they tried to influence the outcome of this game. If that wouldn't have been an interception, I think the Colts had a good chance to win that one.
And the two officials talk to each other. Crowd's going crazy as there's no flag.
Now that was blatantly obvious. This is the Saints and the Rams. Rams went on to play in the Super Bowl. They didn't win, but this actually changed the game. They actually changed the officiating rules to where you could challenge a pass interference call the next year. So this one is blatantly obvious. Saints lost a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Dude, don't turn around. You gotta look back for the ball. Clearly hit him before the ball got there.
That ball was 5 yards away and still getting hit.
Yeah, got hit 5 yards early. And if we had time, we would show you where the refs, it's a ref here and it's a ref on the other side. Now, I got my Old State shirt on because this one was painful. So this one, he clearly catches the ball. He takes like 4 steps. It only takes 2 steps for it to be a legal catch. This changed the outcome of this game too. They went back and scored, so Old State would have been up.
You see right here, this is where they overturn it, and it doesn't make sense because after having 4 steps with the ball like that and it coming out, it being a recovery, that should be a touchdown for Ohio State 10 times out of 10.
And this one is another blatant one that changed the rules because Clemson is the SEC team. So that's an SEC officiating crew. And after that, now in bowl games, you can't have the same conference have the same officiating crew on the game. But yeah, he clearly takes 4 steps with this ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he drops it. And yeah, and then they go back and score. They said it wasn't a catch. And this is the Pete Rose one was the big one before, but this is the biggest one recently. Tom Brady deflating the Indianapolis Colts footballs, so that when you kick them, they don't go as far. When you throw them, they don't go as far. So he got caught in this instance, but who knows how many other times he did this. He gets, being the home team, you get to inspect the other team's footballs before the game. So I think it's like either 12 or 24 footballs each team has. So he got to inspect the other team's footballs, and he deflated them all and got caught. Fined $500,000 and got suspended. I think it was like 4 games.
Situationally, there's not much we can actually do to stop things like game betting and all this cheating going on in these games. As people with money, they're not going to have this want to fall back on them making these types of bets. Let's say a good example of this is MJ for his Hornets when they played the Lakers, and LeBron and AD weren't playing in this game. This is a game where MJ is obviously going to make a bet for his team because the likelihood of his team to win against the Lakers was a lot higher. And there's a clip shown of after the game when his team ended up losing. He's extremely mad about it, and this is not something that would just happen on any given game. So you would know there's money put into this game, and it wasn't even going to come back to him. People always find a way to use somebody else to get this bet across, and it's just not going to be stoppable.
And now that sports gambling is legal, is becoming legal. It's legal in some spots in America, but it's spreading. So now that it's become legal, you just gonna have it more and more. So